Alright guys, this is it. The final day of the journey. We just pulled into Shenandoah National Park. We're on Skyline Drive. And this is the last stop of the Blast from the Past, or trip down memory lane, if you will. Because this was actually my first national park I ever went to. Me and Jakaris came here a while back on my way home from Georgia one time, and it's pretty nice. I saw my first bear here actually before the incident at Olympic. Technically, I did see a baby bear at Shenandoah, but it was super far away, and I don't consider it a real sighting, you know, because it wasn't a full-grown boy like the one I saw in Washington, the two I saw in Washington. So yeah, and this national park is actually dog friendly. Like, there's literally actually less trails that dogs can't go on than dogs can go on. Out of 500 miles of trails here, there's only 20 miles that dogs aren't allowed on, so it's pretty rare. I wish I understood why every national park can't be like this. It's pretty epic, so we're gonna try to do a couple of little hikes. I don't want to get involved in anything too crazy. I really got to make it home by tonight, so hoping to just head on through here quick, hit the visitor center, stop at the overlooks. The Appalachian Trail runs right along Skyline Drive. It crosses over at a bunch of spots, so that's our first stop. We're gonna actually go and check out the AT again. We actually did a little section when we were here the first time, so it's pretty fitting. So yeah, hopefully we can get through here quickly. Maybe we'll see some waterfalls. That's to be determined. All right, back on the Appalachian Trail. It's been about 3 weeks since Tennessee, but we finally made it. Wow, there's a lot of smells here. Jakaris is always freaking out in Shenandoah. But yeah, look at this, guys. The Appalachian Trail. Just like a regular trail, except it goes from Maine to Georgia. Crazy. It's very frigid and windy, so we're probably gonna turn around in about 10 seconds. Just hit the visitor center, got our map, last national park map of this trip. Really depressing, honestly. I can't believe it went by so quickly. I feel like I was just in Utah, I feel like I was just in California, but 3 months on the road, and I thought I would have some life-changing experience and, you know, find myself and all that, but I don't know. I think now I'm just addicted to this lifestyle, and I mean, I guess it worked because now I'm motivated to try and make this a full-time thing. So I mean, that was kind of the goal, kind of to spark things off, get out there, see everything, scope out places to move, and then be inspired to actually like go get out there. Spend more money than we planned, so we're not gonna be able to move right away, but I think it'll be better to save up some more money and go out on a smarter financial trip in the summer where we can reassess and save a bunch of money and do this again with everything we've learned. I was trying to see if there was a short waterfall hike on my way out from the visitor center, because that's really all I have time for. I don't want to get into any like multi-hour hikes right now. It's not really that nice out, but I also like really want to get home before it gets dark. I have a lot of unpacking to do, and I want to take a shower and just finally relax, you know. On one hand, it's really sad that I'm going home, but on the other hand, I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be nice to have a bed and to be able to shower every day, but I don't know. I love exploring. This really is like the ultimate lifestyle, I feel like. It's, for me at least, like I don't know, the money to keep going, I would just do this forever. I would stay in spots for a couple of weeks at a time, you know, like really push the 14-day limit at these BLM campsites. But we're not famous on YouTube yet, at least I don't think. This video is probably not going to get uploaded for like months after I'm home. I mean, that's another thing, you know, I had this whole goal to do the YouTube channel, and I did it obviously, but here we are 3 months on the road and I only have 3 videos up, and just realizing how hard it is to actually balance, you know, planning the trip, because I was very impromptu. Everything was like, you know, what am I going to do today? What am I going to do tomorrow? I had like a general outline of where I was going to go and I knew what I wanted to do, but really had to spend a lot of time just like figuring out what was realistic to fit in a day, where I was going to camp that night to make it, you know, more convenient for what I'm going to do tomorrow. And I mean, as you know, if you watch my videos, I didn't start filming until a month in, but I have a bunch of videos that obviously you have seen by now. I mean, this is literally going to be the final trip video, so obviously you know. But yeah, we'll see how long it takes me. Right now we are in February. It's February 10th, 23. Yeah, depending on when you see this, that's how long it took me to get through all the footage and edit it and all that. Oh god, this park ranger's going to the pullout. I hope he doesn't follow me. Alright, we're good. We are good. So yeah, guys, that is gonna do it for this trip. I'm gonna finish up Skyline Drive right now, and then I'm driving straight through to New York, through New York City, out into the eastern edges of Long Island, and that is where we will be residing for the next couple of months while I reassess my situation. I'd say we had a pretty successful run, if I do say so myself. We really did a huge circle around the country. I mean, just, we literally, and 20,000 miles almost. I don't even know how. It doesn't even make sense. It literally, you know, I left with 41.7. That's what's on my inspection sticker, and I just hit 60,000 miles, and I got, you know, 500 to go until I get home. So I don't know if it's 500, but it's just under 20,000 miles is the point. And 3 months, you know, I'm gonna count up the national parks. I gotta count up the states I went through. Yeah, guys, if you've watched like all my videos until now, you have no idea how grateful I am. I mean, I don't know if I'm at that level yet on YouTube where I can have people that will have watched all my videos, but I can tell you right now, if you're watching this one for some reason and you haven't seen any of my other ones, you gotta go check them out, obviously, because this is probably gonna be the worst one out of all my videos. So enough rambling. Sorry I just went off the rails a little bit, but yeah, that's the end of the trip rant, I guess. I think I covered everything. I don't know what else I have to say besides really sad. So let me throw the GoPro back on the Jeep for you guys so we can get some sick footage for the end of this vid. that's it, guys. Skyline Drive is the last scenic drive of this epic 3-month cross-country journey. We're headed back to New York now. We're gonna drive through New York City, which I hate, and that's it. From here on out, who knows what's gonna happen, guys. My plan is to go back out on another 3-month journey in the summer and hit all the northern states that I missed out on, like Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. Want to go to Yellowstone and, you know, Grand Tetons and all that stuff, Glacier National Park in Montana. But in all reality, my life might just spiral downhill and I'll never be able to go on another trip again, and I'll have to sell the Jeep. Yeah, we'll see if the YouTube takes off, and if not, then hopefully I get a job that I can live this lifestyle. I don't think I've had time to process that the trip is over yet, so next time you see me, we'll probably talk about how I feel about the whole thing after it's said and done, you know? But yeah, guys, once again, if you haven't watched all the other videos to get to this point, this is kind of like part of a series unofficially, because I have all these videos of everything I've done so far going across the country. I tried to document as much as I possibly could, and I think I did a pretty good job. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe and go check out all the videos I've put up if you haven't already. But yeah, that's gonna do it for now. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace. The GPS really brought me through New York City. We just went through the Holland Tunnel. But I am finally back in New York officially. New York, New York. What's going on, guys? So I've been putting off finishing this video for quite some time now. I think it's been edited for close to a year, but I just couldn't bring myself to upload it because I feel like once I do, the trip is officially over. It's been 3 years since I got back from my trip, a little under 3 years actually. 3 years ago today, I was right at the peak. I was actually in Arizona and I was finally getting my bearings, going off-road and getting more confidence and all that, as you know if you watched my videos. Now, a lot's happened since then. We're currently about to go into 2026. We're at the end of 2025 here. Christmas just passed. New Year's is coming up. And I'll be honest about something. The only reason I was able to do this trip was by putting myself in massive amounts of credit card debt and pretty much hoping that the YouTube channel would take off and I would be able to pay off all my debt and kind of just keep it going and keep traveling forever. And that obviously is not the case. So as I talked about, the goal was kind of to do this trip, see where I wanted to move the most, see what areas I liked the most, and then move there right at the end of the trip. And that didn't happen. I've spent the past 3 years paying off some credit card debt, trying to get my finances under control, being realistic about the success of the YouTube channel. And I'm personally happy with it. I think I did great, but like I said, it definitely didn't take off in the way that I thought it would. So finally, after 3 years, I am in a position where most of my debt is paid off. We've still got a little bit to go, but I'm feeling a lot better and I can manage my bills a lot better. And last year, 2024, I actually went back to school, went back to the local community college on Long Island, and I finished my computer science associate's degree, which is my second associate's degree, if you remember my video talking about my academic history. And after that, I applied to a bunch of schools around the country and some of the places that I'd like to live, and I got accepted to one for computer engineering. And I have about a year and a half, maybe 2 years left. So in about a week or two, I am going to finally be achieving my goal and moving across the country. Now, I'm going to keep the state and the city that I'm moving to a surprise until then, because hopefully in a couple weeks from now, I will be continuing my YouTube journey and we're going to document the trip out there and what kind of adventures that I'm able to go on now. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited about it. I just want to thank everyone from my past who knows me in person and has been watching all my videos. And I also want to thank everyone who just found me naturally or from Instagram or just on YouTube in general. I really appreciate every single one of you. I learned a lot about off-roading, overlanding in general, video editing, and I think I'm ready to start season 2 of the Adventures of Salatar. And I think we're going to try to focus more on the actual setting up and what it's like at camp and try to keep it going. I will see you guys soon. Hopefully some of you guys watching this remember my other videos that I've posted over the last couple years and are excited for some more content. You know, as always, let me know what you thought. I know this video was definitely not as exciting as some of the other ones, so definitely recommend, if you haven't, to go back and watch my other videos. And let me know, guys. Let me know what you want to see more of. I got one more video to put up, I think, that I have recorded. I did a big detail on the Jeep interior and exterior after the big road trip, and it was pretty rough. But I think that'll be a good one. Hoping that'll bring in maybe a different kind of audience. And then I want to do some review videos for you guys. I want to review the rooftop tent. I want to review my fridge and the Jackery power system and all that, and kind of talk about the build in general. I've definitely made some modifications. When we go out next time, there's going to be some things we're not going to bring. There's going to be some things we're going to bring instead. And yeah, it's been a great learning process, and I'm super excited to get back out there and show you guys where I'm going to be moving to. So yeah, that's it for now. I will talk to you guys next time.